A lot has changed in a year for Stefanos Tsitsipas. At the start of 2018 he was beaten in the first round of the Australian Open, maintaining his 100% losing record in opening matches at majors. A year on, he's into the semi-finals. The opponent who defeated him at Melbourne Park was Canada's Denis Shapovalov, one of a group of stars dubbed the Next Gen. A group Tsitsipas has moved head and shoulders above. He's a player during the last year has been improving every month, his semi-final opponent Rafael Nadal said. He already won a tournament, he played a final in Barcelona then Toronto. Then he's in the semi-finals, he's able to win against the best players of the world already. He is a great player, he's unbelievable today but he will have the chance to be one of the best for such a long time. Tsitsipas' emergence is a godsend for ATP chiefs, bracing themselves for the end of a golden era that has boasted 3 players who are likely to go down as the best in history. They have been desperately pushing their next-gen agenda, waiting for the breakthrough. Alexander Zverev was widely expected to be the first to truly challenge the established guard at majors, but the German, who will return to a career-high World No. 3 on Monday, continues to struggle to make an impact on the biggest stage. His struggles were rather poetically summed up by his remarkable tantrum on the Rod Laver Arena, thrashing his racket into the Australian hard court 8 times before tossing it away as he went down in a straight-sets 4th-round defeat to Milos Raonic. Just a night earlier, Tsitsipas pulled off a win that may well be looked on with great historical significance. Already well known in tennis circles after a rapid rise to World No. 15 in 2018, Tsitsipas announced himself to the wider sporting world as he beat 2-time defending champion Roger Federer in a thrilling encounter. It was his first appearance on the main show court at Melbourne Park against a man who could call it his second home, but the Athenian relished the opportunity to be the guest who outstayed his welcome. John McEnroe declared there had been a changing of the guard in the immediate aftermath, a statement that was somewhat premature, particularly given the fact Federer is comfortably behind great rivals Nadal and Novak Djokovic in the rankings. But what is clear is Tsitsipas is ready to take the fight to the so-called Big Three. I said a couple of rounds ago that they can wait a little bit, Nadal said of the Next Gen. But it looks that they don't want to wait. It's going to be a great year in terms of sharing generations. That will be interesting. Let's see what happens. Tsitsipas had already shown his ability to take on the top stars on the court, defeating Djokovic along with 3 other top 10 players en route to the final of the Rogers Cup last summer, and he admitted his dream scenario was to beat all 3 greats at this tournament in order to win his first major. It will be like the complete tournament, to beat Federer, Djokovic and Nadal, he told Greek press in Melbourne. I'm happy to play with these opponents, I think they make me better and I learned many things playing against them. I see it as a different experience when I face these guys that are the legends of the sport. It helps me analyze what they do and what I just do to improve my game. I hope it happens. I have nothing to lose. There are only positives. Win or lose against Nadal in the semi-finals, it doesn't really matter. There's far more at play than what's happening on court. Tennis is desperately crying out for a successor to the 3 kings of this golden generation. Federer, Nadal and Djokovic are not just great players but also big personalities. Tsitsipas is surely the next in line to the throne. From a marketing perspective, tennis needs a player that will sell the sport. Tsitsipas ticks all the boxes. He's a weird amalgamation of legendary figures within the sport, the looks of Bjorn Borg, the one-handed backhand of Federer, the net skills of Boris Becker, even, to a degree, the tantrums of McEnroe, but the Greek has his own distinct personality. In a sense, he's a bit of an oddball. The Aussie jocks Nick Kyrgios and Thanasi Kokkinakis are among the players who have taken the mick out of him on social media, and Tsitsipas admitted during this tournament that he's found friends on the ATP Tour hard to come by. Those who are close to the 20-year-old say he has always been something of a lone wolf, but perhaps he's been rolling in the wrong circles. Unlike many sports stars, Tsitsipas is a deep thinker with artistic tendencies. He takes a philosophical stance on life, perhaps unsurprising given he's from the land of Socrates, Plato and Aristotle, and runs his own YouTube channel. His vlog following has nearly quadrupled since telling the world to subscribe after beating Federer. One suspects that will only continue to rise. One video titled "Be a Rebel" comes with the tagline, "My greatest story begins now." Don't go with the flow, be a rebel. He's certainly following his own path. He joked he would have to be more careful when uploading videos in the future given his newfound fame. Hopefully the creativity isn't bashed out of him under the microscope of hypersensitive social media users. If he continues down this path, tennis will boast one of the most intriguing sporting stars on the planet, not to mention one of the most aesthetically pleasing to watch. Federer, Nadal and Djokovic's boots are giant chasms to fill. But in Tsitsipas, the sport may have found the feet to fill them.